The price of Bitcoin is $26,154. The price has done some recovering this weekend. However, there is still a CME gap open on the price of Bitcoin at $26,535. And with the news coming in 2 days and 20 hours of the next FOMC meeting and the next rate hike, currently 70% of people expect there will be no rate hike change in the next meeting. Basically, that means we could have an almightily bullish week next week. If there is zero rate hike next week, that means the markets from this point on have changed, and then potentially we might be expecting it to be a reduction of the interest rates that banks currently give, which would mean that there would be then a drive to invest in the financial markets again, and therefore we would expect prices to rise. Given that Bitcoin's price is on the rise again right now, next week is going to be interesting. Today, we're going to discuss the price of Bitcoin, discuss the price of Ethereum. I'm going to discuss my current open trade on Matic, which has been going incredibly well. If you actually look on that trade right now, it is currently $27,500 in a profit from the trade that we took only 2 days ago. So all of that is going to be in today's video and a lot more stuff, especially when it comes to the crypto news. So please do drop a like on the video. It means so much to me because it helps out the YouTube algorithm so much. This channel is back on the growth. So again, please do drop a like. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel if you are new. That is also very important. Turn on those channel notifications and let's crack on with some late night Bitcoin analysis. So first things first, of course, the price of Bitcoin, $26,136. If we look at it on the hourly chart right now, we are coming back into contact with this level of resistance. However, if we break that level of resistance, we should really come up and close the gap. Now, the gap currently sits up at this level right here. That's where the gap is currently sitting for the CME exchange. And to be honest, I think that gap will likely close. I think that Bitcoin is still painting outwards, and I still think we're more so bullish than bearish, even though we've got all of this bearish news coming out right now. One of the other bearish pieces of news is like the US government is objecting Bitrex's customer repayment plan. The US insists that Bitrex's motion should wait for confirmation of the bankruptcy plan when all creditor priorities are clearer. Basically, the US is just being a complete and utter prick to everybody in the world of crypto right now. But that's okay. We don't need the USA. The USA is not the center of the world. In fact, the East is the center of the crypto world, with North Korean Lazarus Group linked to atomic wallet hack. If you're not familiar, North Korea is the world's largest hacking company. They basically, how does the North Korean government make money? They hack it, they steal it, they take lots of money from crypto, and that's how the North Korean government has a huge source of income from this. At the same time, Hong Kong is legalizing crypto this month, or has already legalized crypto this month. There is already exchange licenses being granted. That means over the course of the next 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to see a huge onboarding of new users in Hong Kong into the crypto space. Advertising will kick off, new investors will come, and ultimately a lot of that Chinese money will also flow into Bitcoin via Hong Kong. So, on the topic of all these things happening, Bitcoin, of course, fundamentally is in a very interesting place. The SEC has got no problem with Bitcoin at all. So, to be honest, Bitcoin is probably more so bullish than bearish. At the same time, Bitcoin dominance is back on the rise. It managed to break this level of resistance and has started shooting back to the upside. That's because of the altcoin dump in the recent days. And if we look at the weekly chart right now for Bitcoin dominance, you can see that we've cracked the top. I know it says that we've not yet, but that's just because for some reason this chart hasn't fully just accounted for that. I don't know why, but basically the actual level of Bitcoin dominance has broken up to around this level right here right now, and it looks like it'll continue making that rise to the upside. Now, of course, Matic's price is down a lot, and yeah, I tweeted out the other day, oh my god, Matic is pumping. I know it doesn't look like it's pumping. It all depends on the perspective. Perspective is very important. You look at the hourly chart, this is one hell of a pump that Matic has been on recently. If we actually measure bottom to top, Matic is up 26% over the past 1 day and 21 hours. Now, given that my position currently on Matic is for $240,000 and it's $27,000 in a profit, I'm closing that entire position right now. As soon as I film this video, that position is going to be closed. Nice amount of profit to make. However, it is time for that trade to be closed, essentially. So back on the topic of Bitcoin, Bitcoin looks decent. How is Ethereum looking right now? Well, Ethereum is also looking somewhat decent. It's come down. It's had a bullish retest off of the outside of this level of resistance, and to be honest, I'd be expecting that as soon as we're finding some support at these levels, that next week is going to be very telling. If the price of Ethereum does not go down next week, bull market's back on, and the whole bull market's going to come from the east. not from the West. We all know that because America is really, really pulling up the ladder behind itself and not allowing new people into the market, but that's fine. It'll just grow in the East. There's a lot more people on Earth than what there is in America. So that's absolutely fine by me. In other news today, we've of course got the Ripple and SEC lawsuit that's finally nearing its end. Will it propel XRP to a massive bull run? I expect that it probably will do. Why? When is this XRP lawsuit coming to an end? Well, it's coming to an end potentially on the 15th of June. I believe that's Wednesday next week. So on Wednesday next week, we're going to expect a huge move on the price of XRP. How is XRP's price performing? Well, it's undone all of that droppage from the other day. It's back trading to the upside. I'm going to open a big long position on XRP today. If you're wondering where I'm going to take that trade, I'm going to take it on BYBIT, for which you'll find a link for BYBIT in today's video description. It is ultimately the best crypto exchange, in my opinion, and I use it for pretty much all of my trading. So check out BYBIT. You'll find a link down there as well as a tutorial on how to use it. But basically, I'm opening up a long position on XRP because I still really do believe XRP will win this legal case. When we look at the XRP BTC chart, we can see that it's up, 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 up. If you look at the 2 hour, it's just like non-stop trending to the upside. As soon as it cracks the top here, it'll keep trending to the upside. So from my perspective, XRP, Ethereum, and Bitcoin all look pretty decent right now, despite a lot of people in the market saying, well, you know, it's bearish and this and that and the other, and oh, isn't it terrible to be in crypto right now? No, right now is a really good time to be in crypto. Think back to when the bull market happened. Back in 2019, I think it was, or 2020, whenever the world got shut down because of that thing that happened and we all got locked inside. Just as that was happening, all of the crypto markets crashed. Now, Bitcoin before that had rallied from $3,000 up to $14,000. Then it crashed from $14,000 back down to $3,000 and then immediately bounced all the way up to $70,000 per coin. We generally have a little bit of a dip on the way to the moon. So these little dips, they don't put me off. They put a lot of people off. They make a lot of people lose faith. And I see it all the time on Twitter. But that's just because people's minds are small and they can't conceptualize the entire world being in crypto, and they don't know what that looks like because they live very small lives. If you can understand that there is a lot of people involved in this space, a lot of investment, it's not just going to go away. It will keep growing. Even if one country doesn't adopt it, others will. And if you think about where does the main amount of Bitcoin adoption and crypto adoption come from, it doesn't come from major Western countries. It comes from those small countries that need it because they've got corrupt governments and highly inflationary currency. Good example of this right now would be Turkey. Turkey's lira. Let's bring that chart up on the screen right now. Lira. There we go. All right, so the Turkish lira. I want to bring this up. There we go. That's the one. And I'll just add it to the bottom of the chart. If we look at how the Turkish lira has been performing, this is the Turkish lira, and this is only the 2 hour chart. The Turkish lira has gone from being worth 5 cents per lira to being worth 4 cents per lira over the past couple of days. Now, if you look at this in terms of from top to bottom here, in the past 33 days, it's lost 16% of its value against the US dollar. However, if we look at the Turkish lira on the daily chart, it does nothing but go down. Now, if you're in Turkey right now and you've got your money in a bank, it doesn't matter how much money you had in the bank, because for the past, so say that you it's crazy. It was 33 cents per lira. I remember the last time I went to Turkey, which was years and years and years ago, you got about 2 liras to the pound. But look at this. This is not like this is not like some random coin that you've seen on Uniswap. This used to be worth $350 per lira, and it's just gone down, 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 and then it goes down even more, and it just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse for the people of Turkey. They don't have a choice when it comes to using crypto. The Americans do. Their currency is slowly losing value. It's not like one of these things. So it's just crazy. Absolutely mental. So in essence, what is going on here? Well, I don't know. I don't know why this thing keeps dropping in value, but it's not the only currency in the world that does keep dropping value. And ultimately, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other things will always have a use case as a means to store and transfer value between borders, because ultimately they are better currencies than a lot of the world's currency. Maybe not a better currency than the US dollar, but the thing is, if I want to send dollars to somebody in, I don't know, Mexico from England, how do I do that? I can't send them through a bank. I can do it through crypto very easily though. So all of that is a very, very huge use case for crypto. I think the main thing for this next week to be keeping an eye on right now is the CME Fed Watch tool, which has got 2 days and 20 hours until the next meeting. And what's the other piece of news we had today? Oh, this is the one. Dubai Court has convicted 7 individuals involved in a $2.7 million crypto scam. I'd recommend you go to Crypto Saving Expert and read about this. It's a fascinating article, and it's nice to see people being held accountable for their actions when they're taking people's money, especially when it's in such large amounts. So on that note, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I'm bullish on the markets. I mean, pretty common theme on the channel, isn't it? But overall, yes, I am bullish on the markets. I do think the market is going to get better throughout the course of the next week. What are the levels to watch in terms of breaking to the downside? Well, on Ethereum, on Bitcoin, sorry, it will be $25,500. A break below that level, everything has gone wrong. But currently, the Bitcoin CME gap sits at $26,500, if I remember correctly. I'm just going to load it up on the screen right now. Yeah, around $26,500 is a Bitcoin CME gap. Currently, the price is trading below that by around $400. So it should, in theory, go up to it. It might drop down in the morning. We shall see. But I'll be back here on the channel with another video tomorrow morning giving you an update. And essentially on the price of Ethereum right now, we need to watch for a break to the upside of where we're currently trading, around $1,770. And that would be, we need to break really $1,790 to trend back bullishly on the price of Ethereum. But on that note, guys, thank you all very much for watching today's video. Keep an eye out to the downside as well. Have a great night, and I'll see you all in the morning. Goodbye.